passenger gave us C's candy, so I have that. In a crinkly bag just over here. There are little toffee-ettes. They say they are crunchy, buttery toffee and whole almonds drenched in milk chocolate and chopped almonds. And my crew has been sharing these. They all took like a little baggie full and then gave the rest to me. But everybody always enjoys sharing chocolate, so was very dense. It had like a thick, halfway between a mousse and a fudge in the center. And it was chocolatey, but also tasted a little bit like coffee. So, those were gifted to us by a sweet passenger on the way to Salt Lake. And then we flew to Portland. Portland, Oregon. And this nice hardcover magazine, I guess you would call it, was inside the hotel room. So I thought that we could look through it together and make some tapping noises and some page turning. It says Portland Uncovered. The inside cover is for Alchemy, Alchemy Jeweler, and that is a really cool wrist cuff, actually. I'm kind of surprised that I like it, but I actually do think that looks really cool. Okay, so I didn't know this. I've been trying to kind of use my strap to hold the microphone, and I changed my mind. I don't like the way that that's working. So, I didn't know this, but tualatinvalley.org spend a weekend exploring some new grape stomping grounds. So it's not a vineyard in Portland. It says it's just west of Portland. It doesn't actually say where though. like as this is a map of Portland. I didn't quite realize just exactly how close to Canada we are. Right along at the top here. Up where it says northeast, it says that Alberta is north of Portland. And one of my crew members was saying that when she has more time, if we were on a longer layover, she would visit family in Vancouver. I know nothing about geometry. As evidenced by the fact that I just called it geometry, I know nothing about geography. This is a good spread. So, these two pages are going to tell us how to spend a perfect 24 hours in Portland. Let's take a look at their suggestions. Oh. They've already got my attention. Cozy up with my blanket here. Okay. It says 24 hours in Portland. Here's how to spend a perfect day in the city. First is sunrise, Forest Park hike. Wake up early for an energizing hike on one of the many trails in Forest Park, the largest urban rainforest. It does not say rainforest. I'm just very tired. Let me start over. Wake up early for an energizing hike on one of the many trails in Forest Park, the largest urban forest in the country. Sounds great to me. I love a hike. I love a forest. That sounds like a great way to start the day at sunrise. Alrighty. Moving on to 9 a.m. St. Honoré Bakery. Pick up some of the city's finest croissants to pair with your latte at St. Honoré, a French boulanger with 3 Portland locations. I mean, I like pastries, so we're due for 2. And then at 10 a.m., Powell's City of Books. Get lost in the world's largest used and new bookstore, a city icon that occupies an entire block on the edge of the upscale Pearl District. Well, that's kind of neat. I did not know that Portland was home to the world's largest anything, so that's neat. I went on a long hiatus where I wasn't really reading. I've recently gotten back into reading, but I only read electronically on the Kindle app. And ever since I've gotten back into reading, I've been reading nothing but sci-fi. I've been reading a lot of books written by Douglas E. version of Kindle, and he had a book on there called Portals, which was free to read. So I read it, and then I've since graduated to Kindle Unlimited, and now I have access to all of his books, and I like them. So I've just continued to read all of nothing but his books so far. I finished Portals, and then I moved on to Amped, which has 2 installments in the series so far. Yes, because one of them is called Wired, and the other one is called Amped, and I can't remember which came first, but I read both of those in the series, and I think that he's gonna write more. And then I read there was another one that I read in between Amped and Wired, and now I can't remember what it is. Or there's another one that I read after I finished Amped and Wired before I started the series that I'm on now, and I cannot remember what it is. But after whatever one that one is, I started reading the Enigma Cube, which is the first book in the Alien Artifact series, and I finished that one. So now I'm on book 2 of that series, and it's called A Pivot in Time. But I love sci-fi. So if you have good sci-fi recommendations for books to read, you should leave that in the comments. And I will see if I can find it on Kindle. Anyways, back to our perfect day in Portland itinerary. At 11 a.m. it suggests that we go to Tender Loving Empire, and it says, browse the West End's independent retail scene and take advantage of Oregon's tax-free shopping with handmade goods at Tender Loving Empire, which also has its own independent record label. How about that? Moving on to 12 p.m. in the afternoon, it suggests we go to International Rose Test Garden. Take a quick and colorful stroll among 7,000 blooming bushes in the oldest rose test garden in the United States. Well, that sounds great. Tender Loving Empire, not so much. I'm not a shopper, but I love roses. I used to always try to grow roses every year, and when I was a kid, I used to want to be able to grow things, and I have a black thumb, and I've accepted that, but the roses that I would buy from the nursery were always the things that took the most amount of time for me to kill. But I love roses, so I would love to go to the International Rose Test Garden. But it must be a short little breeze through, because it says half an hour later at 12:30 p.m. we should go to the Portland Japanese Garden, tour the 8 distinct garden styles on display at the Serene Portland Japanese Garden, which a former Japanese ambassador to the United States declared the most authentic garden of its kind outside of Japan. That's pretty impressive. says that we should go to Pine Street Market. It says pause for a light lunch or dessert at this buzzy indoor food hall, filled with some of the city's top chef-driven dishes. I could get into that. I love food. I love eating. I could get into that. Then at 3:30 p.m. it wants you to go to the Portland aerial tram. Hop aboard the sleek Portland aerial tram for a scenic 4-minute ride above the cityscape with views of Mount Hood on a clear day. That would be fun. 5:30 p.m. Enzo Winery. Sip a flight of old world style wines paired with the season at Enzo Winery's beautifully rustic tasting lounge. That sounds nice in theory, to go to a wine tasting, but wine gives me headaches, so maybe not that. 7 p.m. Kachka. Head half a mile south to sample the James Beard Award finalist spin on Russian comfort food at Kachka, which also hosts its own deli and market. That I would be interested in. I've never had Russian food. There was a Russian food restaurant in downtown San Diego when I used to live there, and I never made it down, so that's regrettable. I'm curious about it. I would like to go there. 9 p.m. the 1905. Dive into Portland's dynamic music scene with live jazz at the 1905, an intimate venue in the hip Mississippi district that also serves Italian small plates and thin crust pizza. I mean, yeah, that sounds fun. And then at 11 p.m. end your night at Susal. Located underneath Khan Restaurant, Susal offers unique alcoholic and non-alcoholic Caribbean concoctions. Yeah, that sounds like a great day. I would definitely do that. Here's some information about Portland and its neighborhoods. Right there with the arrows. The northwest, northeast, southeast, and southwest neighborhoods. It reads, Portland is known for being a lot of things. A drizzly mini metropolis at the confluence of two rivers with a snow-capped volcano bunkering its skyline. A free-spirited capital of West Coast cool and an urban planning trend center with wild nature right at its doorstep. But most of all, this not know that there is a snow-capped volcano puncturing the skyline of Portland. I had no idea. That's awesome. I love volcanoes. When I was a kid, I was fascinated with volcanoes and sharks and outer space. Those were my hyperfixations as a kid. But what I do know something about, a little one or two things about. Do you see the ice cream that that girl's eating in that photo? It says that's the salt and straw on Alberta. If you ever have the opportunity to go to a Salt and Straw, you owe it to yourself to go. Oh my goodness, there is a Salt and Straw in Little Italy, which is adjacent to downtown San Diego, where I used to live for like 8 or 9 years. I'm not even a huge ice cream person, but Salt and Straw is something else. Something else. All of their ice cream is so good. Their regular, like, menu constants are so good, and then they do, like, seasonal, like, showstopper, interesting flavor combination ice creams, and it's just, well, I love Salt and Straw. All of the pages after that excerpt that I read are just breakdowns of different, like, scenes in those neighborhoods. They had a large dining section. A lot of the restaurants that they mentioned sounded pretty dang good to me. Now we've turned to a section about wine. So apparently, Oregon does have a wine country. It says, positioned south of Portland, the Willamette Valley is home to 2/3 of the state's wineries and vineyards. Due to its cool climate, the area is recognized as one of the premier Pinot Noir producing areas in the world. Though it's also turning out award-winning Pinot Gris, Pinot Blanc, and Chardonnay, and more. music making, jiu-jitsu fighting, vintner, and restaurateur extraordinaire. And I follow his vineyards, his winery on Instagram. And I've had his wine a couple of times, and it's the only wine that I've ever had that doesn't give me headaches. I forgot about that tidbit. Yeah, every single wine I've ever had gives me headaches, and I think it's the sulfites in it. My mom gets the same thing. So when I got a wine from Caduceus Cellars, which is Maynard's winery, and I realized it didn't give me a headache, I had her try it too, and she also did not get a headache. And that wine uniquely is produced in Arizona. I don't know anything about wines. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it's the only wine that for her and I doesn't give us headaches. And it's like a celebrity wine, right? BA, Bon Appetit on YouTube has this sommelier that does videos trying like celebrity alcohols. And basically most of what he says is that they just kind of slap their names on things. But he gave a lot of props to the wine that Caduceus Cellars makes, almost as if that they know a thing or two about what they're doing over there. I cannot attest to that, because for how cool it is that that wine didn't give me headaches, I still don't really love the taste of wine. And then, like, I could not begin to tell you the difference between, like, the Pinot Noirs or the Cabernets, different red wines versus other red wines. Like, I taste a wine and I don't get any notes. It just tastes like wine to me. I don't really get into it like some people do, but it seems fun. If that's your thing, it seems like a lot of fun, and maybe someday I'll actually go to like a guided wine tasting and start to understand what it's all about. But as of right now, I think if I were to go to Portland, I'd probably skip the wine stuff. If I'm gonna have a cocktail, or if I'm gonna have a drink, it's gonna be a cocktail, not wine. And it's either gonna be gin, bourbon, whiskey, or mezcal. And if I'm drinking tequila, I'm just drinking it straight up. More of a spirits girl than a wine girl. But that's kind of cool though. I mean, I definitely had no idea that Portland had wine going on. Now we're on a section about shopping. Shopping is not my thing. Oh, but there's another ad placement for Alchemy Jewelers. It's a pendant necklace this time, and I gotta say again, I like it. I think I like that jeweler. Vinyl shops, jewelers. Oh yeah, Alchemy Jeweler. Portland's premier jewelry store. Alchemy offers fine handcrafted collectibles and one-of-a-kind treasures. Visit their showroom and workshop in the Pearl District. my speed. You can play in the great outdoors. What the heck? What the heck? It was like a page and a half, and there was not a lot of pictures. Yeah. Literally 1.5 pages with one picture. That's a ripoff. You need to show me pictures of the hikes if you want to sell Portland to me. You gotta show me the nature that I can explore. And they missed an opportunity there, if you ask me. Now it's on to attractions, like the zoo, art museum. I'm from San Diego, and we have the best zoo in the world, so I never really go to zoos anywhere else. I've never been to a zoo anywhere else because I've already been to the best zoo. And then it's showing me a bunch of museums. I am uncultured, I am uneducated, I am a Philistine. But honestly, I think museums are boring. Sorry, I don't like going to museums. Sorry, not sorry. Just not my thing. We're onto the culture and nightlife section. It appears they have a live music scene. And they have comedy clubs. That's what I'm into. Somebody needs to stand on stage and tell me dick jokes. I'll skip the museum and I'll go to a comedy show. That's where I want to be. That's my favorite. I don't really get out much. I don't really spend much money on, like, going out. If I'm gonna go out, I used to be big on concerts. I still am. But most of the bands that I really love, I've already seen a lot of them multiple times. Because when I was like 12, 13 years old to, present day, I've been a huge concert goer. So I've been to just so many. So, like, I saw Tool on Halloween. It was my 6th time seeing them. They're great, but it's like, get a life. So now I tend to spend my money on comedy shows. I love going to see stand-up comics. I went to go to the Bad Friends podcast live show with Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino like 2 months ago when they were in Minneapolis. My cheeks hurt and my tummy hurt from laughing so much and smiling so much when I left that show. And I'm gonna see Mark Normand in April. He's my favorite. I also have a huge crush on him, but that is not related. I don't think he's funny because I think he's cute. He's hilarious. And I had seen him before once, and I got to meet him. And he totally roasted me. Oh my god, Mark Normand roasted the shit out of me. I was wearing, like, a dress with this kind of cut. Because this was back when I was in San Diego. I saw him at the La Jolla Comedy Store. And I was wearing a dress with this kind of cut, these kind of straps. And, a woman with more of a body, could pull off that dress a lot better because she would have boobies. And she would be the type of woman to get catcalled. Somebody might tell her something like, nice tits or whatever. But since I don't have any of those, I'm flat as a pancake. say hi. We take a photo, my friend and I, who I went to the show with, take a photo with Mark after the show. And he sees me and he goes, "Nice clavicles." Because that's the only thing there. It was just so effortless, just such a quick thinking, just like, and he got me good. I'm seeing him again in April, and I've seen Sam Morril in Minneapolis. Those will be all the comedy shows I've been to so far in Minneapolis. But I used to go all the time when I lived in San Diego. That's like the one good thing about Minneapolis, is that comedians seem to like touring there. Like every comedian that I like usually stops in Minneapolis when I see them post their tour dates. They're always planning to go. So, as much as Minneapolis absolutely sucks, and it's a boring place to live, and it's a huge step down from living in San Diego, at least I can still go to comedy shows. Okay. We're back to another promising section. It says day trips. Let's see what kind of fun things you can do. So we started this magazine with a 24-hour itinerary of Portland. And it looks like we're closing it out with a section of things you should do if you have an additional 24 hours that you could do outside of Portland on a little day trip. Love a good day trip. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. Mount Hood and the Columbia River Gorge, waterfalls, scenic lookouts, and hush likes. Hush likes, are you kidding me? Okay, it's 1:07 a.m. I cannot be blamed for talking nonsense, okay? I'm tired. Let me try that again. It's not hush likes. It's lush hikes. Lush hikes. Lush hikes. Lush hikes. I'm tired, y'all. This video's already gone long, alright? As soon as I finish this day trip section, I'm going to bed, alright? Roast me in the comments about that. But lush hikes abound in this Tolkien-esque landscape. Look at those beautiful pictures. I would love to do that. That all looks beautiful. I want to do hiking in the Pacific Northwest. That's always been something that's on my bucket list. But that was before I was a flight attendant and I had such easy access to do these kinds of things. But now I need to actually hop to it and do them. I just been working so much. Working so much because I need money. And also, when you become a flight attendant and you can fly anywhere in the world, you stop thinking about the Pacific Northwest. Within the States, you start thinking about worldwide. And lately, my Instagram algorithm has been trying to get me to go to Madeira Island in Portugal and hike there. And it is calling my name, let me tell you. So I'm probably going to end up doing that. I've already started a saved post collection on Instagram for hikes in Madeira. But the hiking that I did in Turkey and Albania was the best hiking beginning of my life, so it might take me a long time before I actually reel it in and do some hiking in Oregon. But it does look like great hiking. I mean, waterfalls and lush forests. That's right up my alley. Okay, so right up my alley. See, okay, yeah. Where is Portland on here? Okay, there. Oh, I'm stupid. Vancouver is a city in Oregon, not just Canada. Oh, I'm really dumb. I never knew that before. Learn something new every day. Because look, here's Portland on the map. And right next to it is Vancouver. So when my pilots were talking about how they were staying in Vancouver, they did not mean that they were driving over the border into Canada. And when my other crew member said she would visit her family in Vancouver if it was a longer layover, she also did not mean Canada. Listen, I don't know geography, okay? I don't. But it's still not that far away from Canada, because that's British Columbia. In Canada. That's Portland, or excuse me, that's Oregon. And then, just kidding, it's Washington. It's okay, so actually there is a whole state in between Oregon and Canada. So I have no idea anything about geography. Like, even less than I even thought, so that's embarrassing. Oops. Wasn't that revealing? We learned something new about me in this video, and it's that I am not that smart. But that's okay. I hope that you enjoyed this video anyway. I have one other thing to show you. So that was the Portland magazine, right? On the flight from Salt Lake City to Portland, this little boy handed us a bag full of little gifts, and a lot of it was chocolates, which we love. But there are also little necklaces in there. And this one says Carpe Diem. Seize the day. It also says Blessing Ring. So I don't know if this is like some sort of like significant talisman, like if a blessing ring is a thing that exists that I've just never heard of, but it says blessing ring on the bottom, Carpe Diem along at the top, and it says seize the day along the back. And yeah, there are a couple different of these like coin necklaces in the bag. I forget what the other one said. was super cute and super sweet and super thoughtful. And I also think I'm super tired. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's a longer one tonight. Quite a bit longer one, despite me being very tired, so again, make fun of me in the comments for all of my getting tongue-tied that I did. But I'm gonna go to sleep now. Because I'm tired. I got up at like 5 o'clock this morning because when I got up I was still in San Diego. And I wanted to go have breakfast with my mom before she went to work. So I got up early so that I could go have early breakfast with her. And then for some reason I decided not to nap midday. Even though I wasn't going to have to leave to go to work again until 3 p.m., I decided not to take a nap. So I've been up since 5 yesterday, and now it's 1:17 in the morning. And I'm just a little bit loopy. But hopefully you were still able to enjoy this video. Hopefully you will subscribe. Let's get these numbers going up. And let's get those watch time hours going up. So I can get some control over this channel from YouTube, who keeps posting ads in the middle of this video for those of you who watch without premium. And I again apologize for that. But right now there's nothing I can do, so let's get those numbers juicing. Like, comment, subscribe, okay? Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. And for your comment, make sure that you're responding to the Q&A pinned comment down below so that I can answer your questions in an upcoming video, okay? Okay. Okay. That's everything for tonight, lovely people. It was wonderful hanging out with you, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. And I hope that I will see you soon in the next video. But for now, have some sweet, sweet dreams. And take sweet, wonderful care of yourself.